So as a property hunter, it's important for us to really understand our area inside out. The reason why someone is going to pay us a fee to find property in accordance with what they're looking for, whether that's a home, whether it's a second home, whether it's an investment, they're going to pay us for not only our time, but also our local area expertise. Now, in order for you to become an expert in your local area, it's not enough just to know that there is a trendy high street with some cool cafes that's tipped for investment in the future. You've really got to get to know your numbers. Now, doing this day in, day out is going to build that knowledge, and it is going to increase that awareness of what's happening. However, you need to accelerate your results in order for us to get clients and then, of course, start getting those fees in. So what we want to ensure that we are doing is keeping up to date with everything that is happening. More importantly, with prices, with areas, and with potential for good deals, and also if we're working with buyers, areas that they're going to be likely to be interested in. So what we're going to do is use the spreadsheet to research property prices. So what I'm going to do first of all is we'll just stick with Scarborough. So I'm going to just go to Rightmove. We're just going to go to this area only for the time being, and then we're just going to look at one bedrooms. So we're going to start with one bedrooms, and we're going to look at flats, we're going to look at houses, we're going to look at anything that's one bedroom, and we're going to include sold, under contract, under offer here, and then we're just going to go to find properties. And that's going to bring up 114 results. Now, what's important here is that 114, we still need to narrow this down further. So we're going to go to filters, and we're going to go and don't show new homes, retirement homes, or buying schemes. And if you are looking at new homes, you can obviously exclude that and keep that into your search. For the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to show you we don't include new homes, retirements, and buying schemes. Now that reduces it to 93. So 93 including sold. So what that means, if you just want to do a quick check, we'll take that off and it's 51. So we've got 42 properties sold in accordance with our search criteria, but we're going to just add that on again and go to done. And what we've got is we'll sort it by oldest listed. So you just drop that down, oldest listed, and it will bring up in order of what's been on the market the longest. Now, don't worry too much about the featured property at the top because that constantly changes. You want to scroll down to the first non-featured property, and that's where we're going to start our research. So for the purposes of this one, it is sold, but there is some activity here. So this uses the Chrome plugin Patma. You can download Patma by going to Patma's website, download the free plugin on Chrome extension, and it will give you this information when you are logged into Rightmove. And it gives you some information around when it's first seen, when it's sold, price reductions, all that sort of good stuff, which we're going to add to our research. So for the purposes of this, here we go. This has sold, but we're going to add it to our research spreadsheet for the reason that we're trying to get a picture of what's going on in the area. So first of all, we're going to look at Albion Road. So we go over to our spreadsheet, and we're going to add in Albion Road here, which is in Scarborough, and the postcode we'll come back to in a minute. Now remember, there's a drop down to apartment, and we looked, it's with Colin Ellis. So we'll just pop in Colin Ellis. We're going to add the link here. Quickest way to do that is just simply right click on the name, go to copy link address, add it into your spreadsheet. Then we're going to fill in the information here in accordance with the Rightmove listing. So current price is 99,000. Date listed 25th of March 2022. Original price was 99,000. Bedrooms is 1. Now the condition, what you're going to do is just quickly click on the photographs and just scan through, having a look and making a decision based on what it is that you can see. So this looks pretty bland, it looks pretty neutral, which is good. The wallpaper looks like it's textured, which can be a bit of a nightmare and certainly dates a property. So carpet looks like it's just a cheap carpet. It looks very bland, very plain, but lots of potential and not in terrible condition. Doors might need replacing. We're just going to scan through. Kitchen definitely needs replacing. Looks like it's got decent double glazing in here. Obviously, you'd have to check that on inspection. But then bathroom is in decent condition, but it's dated. It's, could do with a new one, especially if we're looking at this potentially for holiday letting. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look great. It definitely looks like it needs decorating, new doors, new carpets. So on a rating of 1 being immaculate, 5 being total refurb, I reckon this is probably ballpark 3. So we go back to spreadsheet, we go to ballpark 3, and ignore rental estimate for just now. We'll come back to that later. And we're going to look at the prices. There weren't any reductions, interestingly, but there was what looks to be a fall through in April. So it sold on the 5th of April, but then it relisted on the 27th of April. So something's happened between the 5th of April and the 27th. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in 5th of April, and then the 27th of April it relisted. So it came back on at 99,000. It actually didn't change price, and then it actually sold again on the 6th of August. So we're going to go 6th of August in here. So from the date it was listed to the date of selling, again, it was 134 days. Now, as we start to build up a picture of the information on the areas, you're going to start to see those trends. You're going to start to see areas where property is staying on the market for longer. You're going to see ones that sell more quickly. You're going to see the values of areas starting to build up around postcodes. So for the postcode, what you want to do here, just very quickly go to Google and just type in the address, street name, and the place, and then postcode, and then it will give you the postcode here. So YO11 2BT. Just add that into your spreadsheet. And don't worry about the property numbers here at the moment. Remember, this is purely for research purposes. This is not for lead generation. So this is just to give you a real picture to your area to become that go-to expert. There's nothing more comforting when you're speaking with a buyer, speaking with an investor, where they ask you about the area and you can say, well, actually 1-beds are absolutely flying at the moment. They are gaining in value. The rental values are great. The yields are fantastic, because they may not have considered a 1-bed. Flip side of that, you could also say that 3-beds at the moment are overpriced, harder to get deals on them. They're still selling to owner-occupiers. So actually, you might be better looking at 2-beds if we're looking to acquire quite quickly. That sort of information is going to give you that authority. So what I want you to do now is go through and just start adding the 1-beds, the 2-beds, the 3-beds, the 4-beds, 4-bed, 5-bed plus. And then once we've done that, what we'll do in the next video is we're going to move on to rentals, and I'll show you how to do the rental research using Rightmove as well.